G'day everyone, welcome back to the shed. This is a joint rice and pizza and meatball garage video which I'm filming here in the shed in Melbourne on a couch where my XW would be to explain what the hell happened in 2025 and why the videos on both channels have been pretty quiet. So in 2025 we planned to spend 12 months in Cambodia, so we got our life and shit together here, packed up, flew over in April. The goal was to work for 6 months remotely and then take 6 months of long service leave after that to travel around Cambo and maybe a bit of Laos, maybe a bit of Vietnam and beyond. Whilst Max was young enough that it wasn't going to impact him going to school. We got 5 or so months into that and had to come home. Simple as that. There was a family matter that we had to be home for and are still required home for, and there's no amount of planning that can go into planning around these sort of things. I won't say too much more on the matter, but shit happens, folks, and it sucked, so we had to come home.
Why? What? Why? What?
Welcome.
Wasn't it supposed to be?
Why?
No.
Wait a minute. What the fuck? Follow cool. Oh shit! Door! What the fuck? What in the fuck? I was like, how the fuck did you install this shit? Fucking hell. What's going on?
Which was a shame because we just moved into a new apartment and I've got a heap of videos to share still with you guys of what we did in Cambodia. We did an epic road trip. I've got the places we lived and a few other little rants that I went on as well. I just haven't had time to edit them because stuff's been going on.
All the way to the danger zone!
As far as car videos are going for Meatball Garage, well, I just finally put one up the other day, which had an amazing response. So thank you so much if you've watched that. That really blew me away. The XW I speak of usually lives in this corner here behind me. And as you can see, it is full of my lounge suites. So the XW, before I left, it went to a workshop. If you saw my Instagram, it went to Indie Customs, and Rowdy's going to do a couple of things for me because it was vandalised, viciously vandalised by a small person known to the family, which required a bit of TLC to fix up. But whilst it's there, it's going to get a few other things done, which I'm busting to see it. And look, to be honest, I said we won't be back until April 26th and to keep the cars full as long as you need it. So I'm hoping to see that in a couple of months. And I've got a couple other videos to share as well on Meatball Garage that I filmed before we went away, including one getting that GT up and running and driving again, which we did a heap of before we went away. You wouldn't know it right now because it's currently storing the contents of our bedroom, believe it or not. There's some sheets, there's a mattress bloody foam thing, and I think there's a couple of my jackets and shit in there as well. And there's all this other stuff about it. Like their house is in my garage. So the other thing that happened whilst we were away is that my old man decided to just rip the shit out of the interior of their house unannounced. And good on him. And look, we're very grateful. But it's meant that since we've been back in Australia, we've been living with him because this place hasn't been ready. Because again, we weren't expected to come back. So we've worked out since April in 2025, we've lived in 8 places, and we've lived out of suitcases that entire time. And I'm busting to get back to our own place. Yeah, lots changed inside the house. I'll give you the big tip. And it's looking amazing. And when we got back and saw what he was doing, we decided to do a couple of other things because just whilst you're in there, whilst everything's out, you might as well go through the joint. So it has been a big year for us here in Rice and Pizza and Meatball Garage Land. So what does it mean going forward? Well, look, right now I'm supposed to be on bloody long service leave, and obviously that's not happening. I've gone back to work full time. And we still want to go back and finish our trip in Cambodia and live out our at least another 6 months there before Max has to go to school in 2026. 2027. But what the hell's going on over there? Like, there's still a lot of fighting. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Cambodia and Thailand having a bit of a skirmish on their border. What do we do? Like, we're really going to have to wait and see what the situation is there. Obviously, I'm not going to fly my family back into an active conflict zone. But at the same time, we did feel pretty safe over there. And we're getting some reports back from on the ground that it's still pretty safe. But, I mean, things can change pretty quickly in times of conflict. What we're dealing with is a very first world problem too, right? Working out whether we're going to go back on holiday to Siem Reap. I mean, there are hundreds of thousands of people displaced along the borders between Thailand and Cambodia, where both the Thais and Cambos can't live. Their livelihoods have been impacted. Their day-to-day lives have been turned upside down. And there's camps being set up, and there's all these stories coming about on social media about people being impacted. It's heartbreaking. It is absolutely shithouse. And it just shows it doesn't matter what the reasons are or whatever's happening. I mean, the real victims of a conflict are the everyday people that are stuck in the middle of it. So we really feel for everyone, and we've been watching things pretty closely. It's not great. So yeah, we're gonna have to make some pretty big decisions in the next few months of what the hell we're going to do moving forward. So adult things. So yeah, even though we've had a big year, I mean, we've had very much first world problems here, folks. We've got nothing on what the people are experiencing on the ground. But for you guys and what it means for the channels, I mean, they're still going to be active. We'll still share some videos over the next few months. I'll just need the time to edit them. And I'll still give you some updates on the gram, on car stuff and Meatball Garage stuff that's happening when I get the car back eventually. And we'll take it from there. I mean, it's been ironic that, and you'll know this if you've got a partner from overseas, and this is something that Kinal's had to do a few times. So she's had to rush home because of family stuff, and that's the reality of having a partner from another country. Is that there's always that risk of drop everything, go home, and she's had to do that a couple of times, and we've had to do that a couple of times as a family to go back and sort some things out. And ironically, this time it was for me and my family. We had to drop things when we were overseas and come back to Australia. So it just shows it goes both ways, and life can be unpredictable. So if you're thinking of travelling or spending a stupid amount of money on a car or doing something unique, just do it, because you don't know what's around the corner. And I'm really grateful that we had our 5 or so months in Cambo. I'd be pissed off that I didn't do as much travel as I would have liked, but I was waiting for that leave to kick in to really, and not having to work to really explore that. But yeah, it's been going on, folks. Lots been going on. So look, thanks for sticking around. I've noticed that there's a new thing you can respond to comments via voice message. So in this video, I'm going to do all that. I don't know if I'll leave this video up because it'll probably just tank on both channels, because it's not about the cost of living or how much a bloody sandwich is or how shit a part for an XW is. But I wanted to say g'day and keep in contact and let you know that we're here and we're all right. Anyway, I've got to go home. Well, I am home. I've got to go back to my old man's place because that's where Max and Kinal are. And there's just stuff to do. Anyway, I'll catch us later. Ciao.